When God's people lived in the kingdoms of Israel and Judah, they knew what was expected of them and established their own spiritual and social culture. But when they were dispersed into other kingdoms by the Assyrians and Babylonians, they were suddenly confronted with diverse rituals and lifestyles that went actually against their own. God's people were given pagan names and forced to work for idolatrous masters. They often could not choose their own food or customs, and they certainly could not worship at their own temple, which was in their distant homeland. And eventually, we know the story, the distant temple was destroyed. They had to live as people of God among people who did not know him. The book of Daniel refers to how Daniel and his friends did this by remaining faithful in prayer and dietary restrictions. Books like Ezra, Nehemiah, and Malachi suggest to us the different ways that the Jews struggled with issues related to the laws of Moses and intermarriage with foreigners. The book of Esther makes no mention of any of these issues or even of God, though a new feast, Purim, is inaugurated that is still celebrated today. In other words, Jews seem to have navigated life in foreign lands in a variety of ways, maintaining customs, cultural traditions, and God given laws in extenuating circumstances. The point is that the Jews had to figure out how to live as a minority within a majority culture, just as Christians today have to do in many parts of the world. But in every case, biblical and modern day examples, the issue comes down to the spirit in which we separate. Is it for influence or compromise? Faithfulness or apathy? Love for God or legalistic adherence to rules? As you live in this world, know the difference. In whatever ways we distinguish ourselves, we must do it for the right reasons: love, faithfulness, and an impact to our world. Wherever you are, choose to be who God made you to be and who God called you to be. And that is today's Monday Manna.